Hi everybody, it's Saturday, September 4th, 2010. Thanks for stopping by. I can't believe I just did this, but I favorited one of Thunderf00l's videos. He's got a new video out, and I had to favorite this video because I want everyone to see this. This pretty much puts the last nail in the coffin of the theory that Thunderf00l is not advocating genocide when he talks about Muslims and the Islamic world. Now, I've long been of the opinion that he is advocating genocide. And, I know that he never came out and said, I, Thunderf00l, being of sound mind and body, do hereby advocate genocide against second party known as Muslims. He never said that. Okay, I understand that, but his videos are really masterful uses of image and innuendo, masterful uses of emotion. There's virtually no logic, no science in them that I can see. In fact, to tell you the truth, he's starting to seem like a poser to me because he tells people things about how, he says he has a game theory about Muslims, but he hasn't shown it to anybody. And game theory is, of course, really, I guess a really hip thing now. So, of course, he has one about Muslims, but nobody's seen it. And in his latest video, he says, observation 1, observation 2, observation 3, using scientific language when it's really not called for. And his observations aren't that great. Like, for instance, his observation that 50 years from now, the world will be a better place if there are no Muslims in it. Or maybe he said fewer Muslims in it. I can't remember. But, the point is, nobody can predict what the world is going to be like 50 years from now, first of all. And of course, you can't say that because the current state of the Islamic world is not a good environment for science, that if you eliminate that religion, suddenly science is going to flourish in Saudi Arabia or Iran or some other place. That's totally, a logical fallacy. So, that's just a laughable thing to say. It's not even close to being, accurate or rational. It's just off the wall. Okay, you can't predict what's going to happen 50 years from now. You can't say that because there's a low level of scientific output in the Islamic world, the reason is Islam. You can't come to that conclusion. Okay, so that was it's really starting to seem like posing to me. Okay, now his videos before this, like I said before, they were masterful uses of image and innuendo. And what he did was he presented a steady stream of images which dehumanized Muslims and glorified violence. Like he showed Muslims screaming for no reason, or he showed really horrible signs that people are holding up, and or a Muslim with a stupid look on his face. And then he showed pictures of American bombers, with little captions, little gleeful captions about how many people we killed. And, okay, while these images are playing, what he basically says is that Muslims have no right to exist, no right at all to exist, that we are doing them a favor by allowing them to exist, and that if they mess with us, we're going to destroy them. And this is not presented as a tragic event. It is presented as the march of progress. It is presented as a positive thing. And it is implied very strongly as a positive thing. And that's why I say that he was advocating genocide in a very shrewd way, in a very, subtle way. But the message was there, and that's why so many people believed that he had actually said, let's kill them. And that's why so many people came to his channel and openly talked about genocide. Because, they were inspired by his example, and they knew what kind of channel they were on. They knew they were in a positive environment for that kind of message. And they knew because they watched his videos, and they understood on a subconscious level, at least, what the message was, and maybe on a conscious level as well, too. But certainly on a subconscious level, when you watch that, you get it. You understand what the message is. Okay? But of course, that is all lost on the subscribers to his channel who can listen to him say that the West is going to destroy, obliterate that entire section of the globe, and say that's not only not advocating genocide, but not even a threat. Now, if you don't even view that as a threat, then there's no hope of you understanding on a conscious level what the message is, because you don't want to understand. Okay. But like I said, I favored his video because I want you to see this. I want you to see what he's saying. He's saying that the output of the Islamic world at this particular moment in history is low, and it hasn't always been that way. Okay, the Islamic world taught the West a great deal about science, mathematics, philosophy, medicine, astronomy. We use the Arabic number system today. We use the number 0, which was invented by the Islamic world. Okay, and we use algebra or al-jabr, an Arabic word for an Arabic concept. And of course the West doesn't want to acknowledge this. We don't want to acknowledge that Oxford and the other European universities, the great ones, were founded using documents from Islamic scholars. That's not what we want to focus on. But it is true, possibly, I won't take his videos at face value, but it is possibly true that there's a low scientific output at the moment because the Islamic world is really destroyed by our military interventions. That's possible. But what he goes on to say is that because there's a low scientific output at the moment, Islam is contrary to science and preventing scientific advancement. And scientific advancement is what is allowing us to live. So therefore, Islam is a direct threat to our very lives. The fact that it exists. And then he goes on to say, 50 years from now, the world would be a better place without Muslims. So I'd like to, hear your theories about how we can diminish the number of Muslims in the world. How we can, maybe you want to call it de-Islamify the Islamic world, or how can we convert all the Muslims to another religion? And if we can't convert them, what do we do with them? And he wants ideas on this, as if he hasn't already gotten some of them from his insane and fanatical subscribers. Thanks for watching.